And how do you feel you drove? Just isolating yourself from the car, being slightly nervous, it being your first time out there in public at a Grand Prix. Were you happy with what you did today? Did you drive any differently? How did it feel for you in the cockpit?
No, it was just in the the first lap. You know, you go out and then everything is fine with the car. So you come down again and you're in normal conditions. I would say you're not anymore nervous or something. So I think today was quite okay on my side. I still see a lot of potential. I can improve my driving. I always can improve. And but I feel very, very good on the circuit. I like it very much, and I like the late braking, and I like fast corners. So everything in this circuit, so it should be good. I think I'm quite fast here.
But I think the thing with Adrian is, no, if you give him the car, he'll do the job. I mean, I think when I first saw him at Silverstone, actually he massively impressed me and then massively unimpressed me. In one quick moment, because he went out and drove the car the first time, and was, anytime you see a new driver driving a car, you know, they need to work down to a time, and you work with a lot of drivers who work down to a time and they get 1.5, 2 seconds off the pace and they just plateau. And Adrian went out in very cold conditions, and we had no real benchmark on this year's tyres. On what a lap time was around Silverstone. We knew what time we'd done in qualifying last year, and the car should be considerably slower than that. And in very cold conditions, he went out, did a couple of runs and worked down to a time. He did a long run and just went bang, 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 few tenths every lap, to a time that I thought was very, very respectable. In fact, I thought it was very quick. And actually, I actually sat on the pit wall. He'll be embarrassed. And I said to everyone, I said, "Bugger me! I think this boy's a racing driver." And I was very impressed. He then went off, and then on the first lap, he went through Copse, the quick corner at Silverstone, and you sit on the pit wall just before the braking area to Copse, which is a very quick corner with, I think, just a little dab on the brakes and go down a gear, and it's flat through. No brake. Yeah, no. And he went through the first lap of the next run, and I looked at his racing, and I said, "That's committed." And about 2 seconds later, you heard, boom. That's a little too committed. And at that point, he unimpressed me a little bit. But you know, he's a racing driver. He's meant to push. But you can tell immediately. You know when guys can drive a racing car, and he can drive a racing car. After a couple of runs, Adrian came in today, and he got a little bit excited on the radio, which is very unusual for him. And which I just walked up to him and just sort of caught his eye and just said, "Look, just concentrate and calm down." And and the problems he was talking about were real problems, but not what he should have been focusing on. And after the session, FOM, who are the Formula One broadcasters, came up and said, because they record all the drivers' radios and they put it out over the feed, and when you watch TV you hear the selected comments on the drivers' radios. And they came to us and said, can you tell Adrian just to tone the language down a bit, because he got a bit excited. And we obviously can't use that. We want to use it and put it out, and it's interesting. So I mentioned this to Adrian, who was just amazed that, you mean everyone's listening? I would say, yeah, you're in Formula One now. And, everyone is listening, but, they can't hear us talking about the car. Yeah, everyone's listening. That's in the rules. That's what we have to do. And it was this whoa. And first day in Formula One.